welcome to your reading with me, Natalie, spelled N-A-T-A-L-E-E. If someone has shared this video with you, they believe there's something valuable for you to gain through one or a few of the messages contained herein. If this is your first time viewing a tarot reading, just observe your own body, thoughts, and emotions for any reactions, subtle or strong. This means you're resonating with the message and can benefit from its guidance. If you'd like to know when I upload or live stream new messages here on the channel, go ahead and subscribe and toggle the notification bell. To connect on social media, you can follow me over on the TikTok. It's the same handle, Watch Natalie. Please block and report any other accounts. Lastly, always remember that time spirals, all of my messages are timeless, and that you can learn more about me, my psychic work, book a one-to-one Zoom session with me, retain my services, or learn how to do your own forecasting down below in the description box. Without further ado, let's open up your message. Thank you, Ichabod. Okay, let's see. There's just a few here. I have some written down that I have to pop in here too. So let's see what message is being... Oh, so your pre-meditation, I felt this sense of dread, like this panic, but it's excitement. It's actually being really excited for something, but for some reason really dreading it at the same time. I think this is just nerves. I think someone's just nervous, but like... you're happy. So let's see, trying is all that matters, and there's no date on this one. Trying is all that matters. I remember when this one came through. So trying is, did I spell that right? Yes, I did spell it right. So trying is all that matters. Yeah, if I'm not like really excited about a nail color, I just go like au naturel. So when this came through, trying is all that matters, it felt like, let me put it this way, just because you may have things that you're healing and that you have goals, spiritual goals for yourself, and you're just living life, it doesn't mean that you are robbed of your present moment of happiness. So don't wait for the promotion to feel accomplished. Don't wait for the approval to feel happiness. Don't wait for the opportunity to feel abundant. Don't wait for the completed healing in order to feel whole and happy and full of integrity. You want to generate that vibration and maintain that, because stuff's going to come up. Okay, stuff's going to come up. You're going to have your cycles. You're going to have different chapters and paragraphs beginning and ending in your life. You're going to have whole books that are closing in your life. You're going to have new books that are starting. So when this download came through, trying is all that matters. This is some kind of like milestone moment that's a little bit quieter, because it's not like you are standing on some big accomplishment, and it's not that you're putting the first step onto a new path. You're somewhere in the middle. And all of this learning and healing, all of these things happen in cycles and in layers. So you're always going to be starting something. You're always going to be in the middle of another lesson. You're always going to be maybe even finishing up some mini lesson. So trying is all that matters. Don't overwhelm yourself with, oh my gosh, I'm so broken. I have so much to do. I have so much healing to do. You know, don't get into like the healing trap where you just sort of like crumble under like everything that you've got to do, and even just feeling overwhelmed in life, like not even just saying like, oh, I have all this stuff to work on myself, just the normal mundanities and the minutia of the tedium of life. Don't let that burden you down, you know, as well, because all you have to worry about, or just not even worry about, concern yourself with, is trying. Putting forth that effort. The smallest effort, the first effort, the sustained effort. Trying is really all that matters, because you're going to keep trying and trying and trying, and then one day out of the blue, I promise you, you'll have a breakthrough. You won't see it coming, because all you know is trying. You don't know when you're going to have your breakthrough. You don't know when enough has been enough. You know, so you just worry about that effort, just trying. and taking the pressure off of yourself to either like be super healed or be super, like, I don't know what your thing is. Maybe you're trying to be super perfect, or you're trying to be super accomplished, or you're trying to be super healed, or you're trying to be super productive, like whatever it happens to be for you. Trying is all that matters. Even if you're trying to regulate your own emotions, maybe you're in anger management classes, or maybe you're in the, so with driving, you get these classes slapped onto you. Maybe you're in like one of those defensive driving classes, or you're sent to driving school again, and you got to like sit through these classes, and it's just a huge inconvenience of your time, something like that. And you're like, well, you know what? I need to somehow make the best of it so my life is not wasted in these, well, I guess it's online, but wasted in these tedious things, whatever you're trying to reach for, whatever kind of goals you have, from the mundane to the spiritual. Trying is all that matters. Let's take a look at the tarot. Let's see more details on this message. Oh, let's put Ichabod back. I'm really enjoying this part. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So when you're doing psychic work consistently, like all day, every day, like I'm doing, whether it's like these kinds of messages or getting messages from my patrons for all 12 zodiac signs, or I'm remote viewing for a querent in my private practice, whatever happens to be all day, every day, you will have your own specific vocabulary and language. So for me, I remote view. I also talk to my higher self and the higher selves of my querents, so consigliere sessions and psychic tarot readings as well. Or like if you're a psychic medium and you do mediumship, then you will have certain vocabulary with the people that are communicating to you from the other side, and they'll be able to show you things that you can understand to communicate to the people you're talking to. So all of that is to say that I'm getting a symbol that for me is definitely very clearly that someone has a lot, very mentally strong, a lot, maybe racing thoughts, or maybe just thinking a lot. And I'm not getting that this is totally anxiety or stress, but it can definitely devolve into that if this gets sort of like out of control. But I'm just picking up someone that like their mind is going a mile a minute. They're thinking about a million different things at once. And it's pretty crazy inside. Like it's super, she shows me the hive, like the beehive, and then, but inside it's hollow instead of like a structured honeycomb ventricular looking thing, and like all the bees are just crashing into each other, and they're like, oh, that's what she shows me. So someone's got that in their mind. And I'm also getting something about the tippy toes. Something about tippy toes. This could be your excitement, of where you're just like so excited for something, but I'm getting tippy toes. All right, let's just okay, we have 2 cards to start. We have the Nine of Wands and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, it's a very defensive person. This is someone that never lets their guard down. This is someone whose boundaries grew into defenses. So you want to have healthy boundaries, and you also want to have an open heart. How do we do that? Oh my gosh, it's really hard. This person might be a little bit hard-hearted, and I'll open this up and take a deeper look, but whoever this is a hard one. This is a tough nut to crack, okay? They kind of live their life like this. Like they just maybe feel like everyone's going to get them. Everyone's going to hurt them. Everyone wants to take something from them. Everyone's trying to exploit them. This is, I'm kind of concerned about this because of the Knight of Pentacles being here. This is someone's programming. So if you do all of your things, if you do all of your manifestation and your affirmations and your prayers and chanting and yoga, and you do all this stuff, and your reality is not changing, maybe you've been doing this for like a decade, maybe you've been doing this for like a really long time, super consistently, nothing is changing. Why? Because your will hasn't been strong enough to overcome your subconscious programming. when we don't want to deal with something that makes us grow or challenges us to think on our feet or be innovative or evolve spiritually, we're tempted to revert into a programming, a subconscious programming. And it doesn't always have to be from the early childhood experience, because you're constantly updating your programs and your intuition and your data intake moment to moment. Every single moment is, you're like a constantly refreshing web page or operating system, what have you. So this person sort of just is, this is just their programming. This is just like how they move through the world. This is just how they operate. It's not with an open heart, is not with kind of any trust. This is sort of maybe a little bit pessimistic. This is someone that just does not trust in people, but there's something else where they might not even believe in goodness or something. This is a little bit, let's see, what else am I supposed to, thank you. Ooh, we have the Ace of Cups. Now it's getting exciting. Now it's getting very, very exciting. So something breaks open. So this could be this person, it could be you, it could be someone just having this experience of emotional overwhelm. And when that's happening, see, people will usually wait to change. They'll wait for some kind of tower moment or crisis or calamity, or maybe some kind of health scare, like a health diagnosis, you know, just something that really shocks you into doing something different with your life, into making a big change. It can also sometimes happen over time if you are applying this consistently, if you are doing the work to reprogram that subconscious mind and getting into the root operating system in order to make these changes, because your conscious mind, everything you're consciously doing, that's 5%. That subconscious mind, the programming, is 95% of your entire mind. And it's what's projecting your reality out constantly. So this could be that. This Ace of Cups could be some kind of threshold moment, or bursting through the glass ceiling, or something that is destabilizing you enough to, or this person enough to so much progress happens in chaos, because the status quo being held together, it has its own integrity, and in this case I'm meaning integrity as in its whole, like it's all together. So when it breaks apart and everything's up in the air, when it falls back down, you can kind of have some more control over how it falls back down. But when it's all like super locked in, it's very hard to get into that. It's very hard to get into that and make that change. Only when that's up in the air can you kind of go in and get your own thing going. That's kind of what's happening with this person, and it's very emotional. This is totally spiritual. They're used to being very physically, they're living in a very Newtonian reality, let me put it that way. They're living in a very, they're very in the material matter reality. I talk about this a lot on my TikTok. So what's happening to them, they're having a spiritual experience in their material world, and it's not aligning with their worldview, or it's not aligning with their modus operandi. Ooh. Okay, we've got, whoa, we've got these big heavyweight cards. We have the, can you see? Yes. The Lovers, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Knight of Cups, my own personal Romeo. So I love this. This is gorgeous. So this person's hard-hearted. Yeah, we get it. A lot of people are hard-hearted, and the world is pretty bleak if you don't have any spirituality. And remember, spirituality is how you feel based on what you believe. So this person is used to not feeling that great. Everyone has an emotional baseline, and you can go up and above that baseline throughout the day. So, you know, again, trying is all that matters. If you have a crying day, you know, like, that's okay. It's okay for you to, if this is your baseline, it's okay for you to go above it and have these really high peak moments. It's okay for you to go really low and have really sad moments. That's normal. That's, you know, that's okay. That's okay. It's part of living of life. So this person's baseline was very narrow. It's like a frequency band. They only got channels 1, 1.5, and 2. Emotionally, they were just living in those frequencies. This Ace of Cups is like a 5 for this person. They've never felt anything like this. Maybe they've never been shown this kind of emotional experience. Maybe they've just never, they're feeling something they've never felt before. Let me put it that way. And it's actually leading to a really beautiful commitment. So whether this is someone that you've been married to for 20 years and they've always had that crusty shell around their heart, or whether this is someone new that's getting to know you or you're getting to know them, or whether this is just a personal revelation, a personal moment that you're having with yourself, where you are generating some new feelings or you have some big experience that opens up that heart, opens up your options, opens up your potential to feel even better than you've ever felt before. And I think you'll be able to do this without some big disaster too. You can change, like I was saying, people maybe sometimes wait for some big thing to happen, some big crisis moment, or you can work on this repetitively over time, consistently, and it will happen so long as you have a good understanding of what's going to be effective. So including the subconscious work or the psychic work. Someone is getting a great opportunity to grow and evolve in a different state. So it's not where you're being forced to learn and grow and evolve from a disaster situation and this crisis moment where it's forcing you to meet the level of maturity and evolution to meet that crisis. And then after you get through it, it's not a crisis because you've been through it and you know what to do now. This is not that. This is where you get to learn and grow and evolve from a state of joy and inspiration and happiness and emotional fulfillment. You can choose. You don't have to only learn and grow through pain and suffering. You can learn and grow through happiness and joy and peace and serenity and inspiration as well. I feel like this person is not choosing either. They're just sort of very hard-hearted, and then something kind of beautiful comes in, and it's a spiritual experience, and they're having their own experience with it. And that's, you guys know what I preach, is that everyone needs, every single individual, everyone's an individual, by the way. Every single person is a unique, separate, whole individual. And it's going to take every single individual having their own spiritual experience, their own unique spiritual, emotional, karmic, psychic experience for them to continue to choose. That kind of path. It has to be positive, it has to be beneficial, it has to be safe for them to say yes to that, to commit to that. I wouldn't judge this person for being hard-hearted and having these defenses up. We've already seen a heinous amount and far-reaching, world-changing consequences of spiritual scammers such as the Roman Catholic Church, and egregious harm done to humanity. So we understand this person's perspective, and remember, us here, the 𝐻𝚘𝚗𝚗 vibe is we would rather understand than judge. And the 𝐻𝚘𝚗𝚗 vibe says everyone's an individual. So let's, oh, the bottom of the deck. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Then we'll open this up. 10 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 4 of, I'm loving this. I am loving this so freaking much. The readings have been so happy. Guys, this person, I get it. They got that big chip on the shoulder. But you know what? There is hope. There's hope. Overall, this is a happy connection, happy relationship, whether this is business, platonic, personal, familial. The Page of Cups does say, though, that it'll probably be you. If you're here watching this reading, you're probably you maybe are the spiritual experience for this person. Maybe you're the catalyst for change. Maybe you are the Page of Cups for this person. But it will necessitate that there is an honest, truthful, emotionally grounding message or communication or phone call or some kind of extension. In some cases, it's an apology. It may or may not, depending on the context of your situation. This is someone that is just very innocent and pure with expressing themselves. This is interesting because this doesn't have to be a child or a young person. This is just someone who's not hard-hearted. This is someone who will put their heart on the line and get hurt multiple times, but continue to do it because they have that big of a need and that big of a drive to express their emotions and to give justice to their emotions first. It's kind of their first priority. This person probably locked all of that down a long time ago, and they were maybe at one point very open, but they've been hurt many times, and instead of staying very open-hearted as a majority of this person's persona, this person has built that wall around them that has grown into a defense. And it looked like it's just sort of their modus operandi, like it's just working for them, or it's part of their, it actually could be part of their job. Like to be very defensive and consistently defensive. So this person needs to see this person being honest and vulnerable and honest. Key word on the honesty, especially emotional honesty, emotional integrity. The Page of Cups, it does look like this message or this information does have to do with some kind of celebration or a congratulations or a party or like a welcoming or some kind of, this could even be very positive for family situations, births, pregnancies, marriages, moving, homesteading, anything having to do with the home and the hearth and the kith and the kin. Now we can start opening this up. Using my rose gold. Oh. Seeing the astral, taking a peek. Ooh. Oh. Okay, these just came out mid-shuffle, and it is another double. It's the 4 of Wands with the 5 of Cups to clarify this Knight of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. So this is the reason why this is coming out. So why are they so defensive and consistently defensive? Because they've actually suffered some kind of horrible loss in this very area of life. They had parents that divorced, and it just shattered their whole structure of reality. So they have a chip on their shoulder about commitment. They lost their home from, or maybe their home was broken into, or they suffered, you know, through disastrous family situations, or even with like the physical home and the dwelling. You know, this is maybe poverty, maybe homelessness or evictions, or being like attacked in your home, or, you know, there's just something about that space that's supposed to be warm and safe and loving and caring and dependable and consistent and grounded that fell out from under them with this Five of Cups. And they're still carrying that. So this is, we already know that this person has these big defenses. There's no way that they know how to do the emotional work or the energetic work. So this is probably someone that has not broken out of their programming, that subconscious programming, and their will, even if they want to be open, even if they want to trust, even if they want to be more vulnerable, they will have to fight this inner programming, because their conscious mind is only that 5% of power. That 95% of power is the subconscious mind, is the programming of whenever they think about a memory, whenever they think about, this could even be someone who is maybe misogynistic or racist, or has some kind of discriminatory view or perspective on people or ideologies or belief systems, or even just like situations. And you know, this could even be something so subtle as, well, I'm never going to park there because XYZ always happens. You know, like that kind of thinking, that kind of perspective of how they're just like looking at life and looking at everything. So to do the healing work, I'm always going to recommend my vlog, How to Heal, and I should just pin it to the top of my page, How to Heal and Move On. That works. And guys, that video, I will never forget. So that video came about because I had a querent in my private practice who I was very impressed, because this woman's been through every single type of like alternative and spiritual and scientific healing modality. I mean, things I've never even heard of, something like tapping, ETA tapping, ETF tapping. She's done Reiki, she's got all these certifications, she's done all these yoga things, and she's done like sciencey stuff for healing and spiritual stuff for healing. And she was stuck on this thing that she's just like, and a lot of times people do come to me because I'm a last resort, because nothing else is working. So it's okay. It's okay, because I'm so happy for you guys, because you guys are still searching and still like, what is this missing piece? Like, what is it? What is it? And only when you get to that point, for all of us, that, and this is what it feels like going through the ego deaths. Like I tell you guys like all the time, like the ego deaths are, I just always feel like I'm literally dying. But that's what it feels like. Like you get to this end point, and like there is no other choice but to do something you've never done before, or consider something that you've never considered before. Back to my story. So she did all this stuff. She was stuck on this one thing, and I needed more time. I needed more time. It was a 30-minute session, and I needed more time to explain everything that I explain in the vlog. So I made the vlog so that I could just link you guys to it, and and yes, it works. So that should cover, but if you can't just watch the video and then it happens. You have to apply the technique. You have to do the you have to do the doing. So this person hasn't done any of that. They haven't done any of that. They're carrying this pain probably in their body, because the body, if you want to take a look at someone's subconscious mind, you can look at their body. Their body, all of our bodies are our subconscious mind. The body doesn't know the difference between if you're actually going through something, or if you are reliving a memory in your mind of a trauma that your body went through and living it again. Your body is reacting. The body doesn't know the difference. The body is your subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is a programming. So if you are, like, this person might even have some kind of addiction to distrust, fear, discrimination, pain, suffering. They may be using other people like the parking thing, like I'm not going to park there because XYZ always happens. They're using that person or these people, whatever their gripe is, to get this hit, this chemical addiction, this reaction, because you're pulling, gosh, I'm getting super, all the quantum stuff, if you want to get out of the Newtonian reality into the quantum reality, that's over on my TikTok. But long story short, they're addicted to this. They're using this person as this reaffirmation of this programming. So if they want to feel frustrated, they want to, this, in this person's case, they want to feel distrustful. They want to feel guarded. So they're going to project that onto people, onto situations, and they're going to use those people to get that feeling that they're looking for, because the subconscious is stuck in this pain cycle, in this disappointment cycle with their family, with their home, with their living, with their whatever. So I feel like this person has some kind of, it could be an abnormality on the body or with the body, or there's something maybe distinctive about their body to them. It may or may not show outwardly, but there's something to them that I feel like they're physically carrying it somewhere in their body, in their physical body. It might be weight, it might be, I don't know, some growth. But let's move on. Let's take a look at this Ace of Cups. Got 3 cards. We have Strength, the Page of Wands, another page, and the 7 of Pentacles. This is interesting. This person, in the middle of this spiritual experience, in the middle of all of these emotions, or this big emotion, it's going to be difficult for them. Something is maybe even going to surprise them. Like they're going to get some kind of message or information. Maybe they see something on the news. Maybe some random experience happens, or maybe you say something to them. Something's going to trigger them into this emotional fullness, and they're going to feel something beyond their normal baseline range emotionally. And what's interesting, this is a very practical person. Like they're having this big emotional experience and they're pulling the 7 of Pentacles. They're still looking at their investments. They're still looking at what's worth. Something about this is they're trying to figure out, is this worth it or not? Is this worth it for me? Is this worth it? Is this worth it for me or not? So that's going to be their immediate reaction. They move. Something moves the needle though to get to this harmony. So let me take a look at that. It's going to be hard. So honestly, if this person trying is all that matters. If they try, if they want it, if they want to heal, if they want to think happy thoughts, if they want to feel happy feelings, they will try. Because not everybody wants it. Some people just want to stay victims. Some people just want to stay scared and angry and greedy and fearful, and they don't want to change. That's going against all of their programming, and their programming is all they know. So I feel like this person might want to try. I mean, it is your message. Trying is all that matters. And they do have the strength, so it's hard, but there's some resistance. So that's a good thing, that they're resisting the familiar program. And remember, the subconscious programming, the majority of it happens between mom's last trimester of pregnancy and when you're 7 years old. You got to watch that video, How to Heal and Move. I'm going to pin it. And then everything from then till right now, you're constantly updating, you're feeding yourself new information, you're the constantly refreshing operating system. Tell me about the Lovers, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Cups, please. This looks like a very nice conversation or a nice sharing of emotions or creativity. I have a lot of cards. So you've got the 2 of Wands, you've got Temperance, and another double. So now we're on the Cancer new moon. I guess we're going to have more doubles. So 9 of Wands again, the Temperance, and the 2 of Wands. So this is kind of miraculous. They're having such a big spiritual experience, and they might have another one that might be consistent. There might be Now, I'm saying spiritual experience. This could be emotional. This could be love. This could be creativity. This could be spiritual, but this is one of those three. It's love, spiritual, platonic, romantic. This is creativity, where, let's see, if this is creativity, this is really just about opening up that channel to channel creativity. It's a little bit different that someone has a block within themselves from accessing their highest potential, like their highest, tapping into that higher frequency. Or it's spiritual, where someone's having this spiritual experience and it's changing their relationships. Because Temperance, this is a long time coming. This is my slow cooker crock pot card. Took a long time, but we're all in our own timeline. We're all in our own time zone. I mean, literally and metaphorically speaking here. So this is time for them to get over this. It's time for them to heal up this, and specifically with partnerships too. Specifically, maybe even entering into partnerships, or some healing of a wound with commitment specifically. Aww. Congratulations. Okay, what is the bottom of this deck, just for fun? The Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Wow, so for some of you, this is a really financially profitable, great, long-term union. So for whomever's watching this, it is so worth it to try. Try. If the other side says no, let that be their karma. That's their energy to own. That's okay. That's their free will. But for you, for your own sake, you want to be the honest one, the emotionally honest one. Okay. Let's take a look at your divine feather. And patience is going to be needed as well. Ooh, it's exciting. Okay, let's take a look. What is this? We've got two cards. The bottom of the deck is the Osprey. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. So for some of you, listen, you don't have to wait for the promotion to feel abundant, to feel prosperous, to feel comfortable, to feel expansive. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. You worrying about this abundance, or you worrying about anything, is the resistance, and it's blocking it. And that's pretty bad, because then you're using your subconscious and your conscious mind to create resistance. Oh, and the two poppers, we have the Ducky. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. So I like this, the balance and support in simple ways. This is, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put the links in the description box below, but I have the best tea ever that Ashley has sent me from Apothecafepa, and I encourage you to please go check out all of these links to everything in the description box, because her chocolate chai tea is freaking amazing. It is my nightly routine to find comfort and balance in simple ways. That for me does so much. My nightly chocolate chai cup of tea from Ashley, the Apothecafepa. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. The Apothecafepa. It does so much. It does so much for comfort. It's comfortable and it's very balancing. I love chocolate, and it's okay. This is cool. It tastes exactly like it smells. And I don't know about you, but I appreciate that. I appreciate getting exactly what it looks like. I do. Who was I just telling that to? Oh, I don't remember, but I was saying a little astrology, put in a little astrology in this video. So for getting what you're seeing in a person, Usually it's not the case because everyone has a 10th house, 4th house, 1st, and 7th. There's you, the 1st house, the others, 7th house, the home and family, 4th house, and then your career, 10th house. Those are natural squares and oppositions, 90 degrees and 180 degrees. Usually it's common that these areas of life are at odds or that there's a lot of friction and tension. Usually people have different signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, on all of these different points to give that kind of tension and conflict. It's rare, but sometimes we have different signs on those cusps. In my case, what you see online is who you get in person. And it's usually not the case because people have a kind of protection, like a professional boundary between who they get to be professionally and who they are personally in their personal life. I don't have that. I don't have that luxury. It's me. So that was a big digression, but now we're really well rounded in this video with everything. So the chocolate chai, check out Ashley's links in the description box below. She's incredible. She's amazing. Her tea is fantastic. That's what I was saying. I appreciate that I smelled it and then it tastes like it smells. This makes me happy. So I have my nightly chocolate chai and it's very, very restorative and balancing. And it's just a really, it's like, I love every part of my day, but I love that part of my day as well. So find comfort and balance in simple ways. Get some tea from Ashley. Get comfort and balance in simple ways. Go grab some tea. You have support all around you. A cup of tea just feels very like a big warm hug. And you have the eagle. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and you are reaching new heights. That's really perfect for this because of the emotional kind of breakthrough that this person's having. It's allowing them to reach that next level, allowing them to reach a higher emotional, spiritual note for themselves. So everyone's going to feel a lot better. Everyone's going to be feeling really good. And you know, it's their free will choice. So if they come up against, if they're just scared and they go back in that revertive, is that a word? If they go back to that subconscious programming, you will feel so good that you at least set the tone of peace, that you at least, you know, reached out the olive branch to your family member. You know, the last words that I said to my sister, I said, I am always here for you. I'm not going to argue your feelings. I love you forever and ever and always. I'm always here for you. Anytime you feel differently about this, if you know, ever think differently about this, I'll be here. I'm here. I love you. You know, and that goes so far for me to just know that I said that, you know, just to feel good for myself, and that she knows that I'm always here for her. And it's kind of like that vibe with this, where maybe you don't have, maybe for your situation, it's not like that close where it's like, I'm always be here for you. Maybe for you, it's just to be nice and kind. Let's put the emphasis on kindness. Kind, not nice. Nicey, no. Kindness. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. That's authentic. That's kindness. To really lead with that. And you know, if people, everyone's been hurt, you know, everyone has this Nine of Wands experience. This person's making it their modus operandi. This person's making a different choice to keep their heart open. So respect everyone's free will choice, because personally I believe that free will choice is still the most beautiful thing in the world. Freedom to choose. And this is like that Newtonian quantum kind of thing, the cause and effect. You are causing the effect. You're working from a different place. This person's working from a different place. This person's very hard-hearted because of a hardened material reality that they're continually investing in. This other person is saying, I'm not going to feel differently until something physically around me changes. I am going to continue to be this defensive person because that's all that I'm seeing. That is all that I am looking at. That's all that I'm looking for, because this person has a subconscious addiction to some kind of sadness or some kind of disappointment. So they're going to project that out, and they're going to seek out that same, you know, maybe they're using their boss to reaffirm this addiction, this chemical or subconscious addiction to hatred of authority, or, you know, dad issues, you know, whatever happens to be. So respect them for their path, for wherever they are. You Forrest Gump your way through life. Okay? Yeah. I love you guys. Take very good care. I will check in on your energies next week, my loves. Until then, have a safe weekend. It's going to be crunchy. It is. So you be safe. I will see you guys next week. Until then, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.